Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Hook. Today is WIP Wednesday, so I'm going to be sharing with you all of my finished projects and what I'm working on. Actually, there's only 2 this week because I've been focused on trying to get one thing done. But before we get started, I just want to say welcome to everybody who's watching live and everybody who's watching later on in the day. Today is Wednesday, June 10th. Man, I am like writing emails already this morning. I had to reference September, so that was crazy. Anyway, so again, today is WIP Wednesday. If you've never watched before, make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the bell so that you will get notified whenever I go live. And if you like what you see today, make sure you do give me a thumbs up so that we can get more people watching in the mornings and maybe even later on in the day. So I just saw one person come in. Carlene, good morning. Good to see you. I'm so glad you're here. I hope you brought what you're working on, or you can tell me what you're working on if you've got a project on your hook or on your needles. I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to start with the first thing is that I finished the sweater for my grandson. All I have to do is put the label in made by Nonna that I have, and then it's done completely. But here he is. He's got the cute little teeth going on. I got his eyeballs in. I got his claws all embroidered. But he is done. This is a pattern from Knitting for Olive called Dinosaur Sweater. It's really simple to find. Go to the Knitting for Olive website and search for Dinosaur Sweater if you're interested. I made the size 6. I will mention that I didn't use their yarn because it would have cost me a fortune to make this sweater. And for a 4-year-old, that's probably not a good idea. I did use a non-superwash yarn for this. So fortunately, my daughter knows how to deal with that, and that's not an issue. I used Universal Yarns Deluxe worsted for all of it except for what I did the embroider parts. The eye, the teeth, the mouth, the little nostril hole, the claws, those parts were all done in a fingering weights yarn that I held double to just do the extra embroider on it. I didn't feel like I needed to go out and buy those colors when I could use fingering weight and it would just work just the same. And those are superwash, so that's just the way my sock yarn rolls. So anyway, so that's what I did. And I also did, I think I showed you these before. While I was blocking that, I blocked my swatches. They turned out really nice. So now I'm going to figure out, I don't know if you can see the texture on that one. I know this one is probably going to end up being a tank top or a t-shirt that you would wear as like a cover up over a swimsuit or a tank top, like a cami. Sorry, can't talk this morning. So that one I know for sure what I'm going to do with. I'm not sure 100% sure I'm going to use the same color, although I do really like this color. It's not something I usually wear, but it reminds me of the terracotta roofs in Italy where my grandmother grew up. So that's kind of why I picked the color, because it just struck me when I was looking for yarns to swatch. This I know for sure I am not going to use this colorway, but I like the stitch pattern. So I have a couple ideas. I'm not 100% sure what that's going to be yet. Okay, so those are both crocheted swatches as well. And then I started a project for crochet. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to bring this with me on my trip because it's going to be big. But remember last week I showed you, I got to pull this out too, so I don't lose it. So I showed you all that yarn last week from Twisted Ambitions that I'm getting monthly. And I told you I was going to make a blanket, and I kind of showed you the book that I pulled some patterns from. Finally found one that I like, and I just lost the stitches on here. So I'm going to put those in before I lose more. Should have put a stitch marker in here is what I should have done. So what I'm doing is I'm just crocheting them in order, the order I got them. So January was Purple Rain. And that is the color I'm using right now. And this is the start of my blanket. So it's kind of a feather and fan because it's got the solid peaks, but it's hard to see on the screen. Maybe I can get some light in there. You can see the valleys have the skip stitches to make a little bit of a hole there. And so far, so good. I mean, this is not quite 6 inches yet with one hank, and I've still got this much left. So I should be able to do one more repeat with that much left and then move on to the next color. And the next color I've already wound up because I thought I might get to it last night, but I didn't. Here it is. So the next color is this one. So that's going to go right on top. That's Sound and Vision. And if you look at it, you can kind of see there's some purple in there that'll help fade it in. Or just, show us the transition. I'm not going to do a fade on this because with a blanket, I just don't think the time it takes to fade in a color, where you do one row of the new color and then you can do a couple rows of the old color, there's too many ends for me. So I'm just going to color block it and I'm trying to get 6 inches out of every hank. So if I do 6 inches times 12, that's 72 inches in length for the blanket, which is exactly what I want. So, and I can't remember, I think it's 48 inches wide. I didn't want it too wide because it's something that I would use on the couch. And we have one of those couches it's a sectional that has like where I sit, I can lift my feet up, and there is a cup holder armrest on the other side. So I didn't want something that was going to just get me bulk on both sides. So that's why I did I'm doing a narrower blanket, but a longer blanket so that makes sure my feet are covered. Or if I want to cover myself up all the way up to my neck watching a movie or something, I can do that. So I love the way this color is working. I mean, it's very variegated. It's very random pattern wise, but I like it. I like that there's the blue pops in there. So when I get the next color in there, it's going to give me the blue pop. So that's what I'm working on this week. I also have a pair of socks going that I showed you last week. That one I have not touched at all since you saw them last week, because usually I do that. I was supposed to go to a baseball game on Friday. We ended up not going. So I didn't get a chance to work on it, but I am going to bring it with me on my trip so that maybe I can get some work done on that. Other than that, those are my projects. I'm pretty much, trying to get ready for my trip. So I'm packing all my stuff. I'm getting last minute emails done and all that stuff. And then when I shut off, I'm shut off. So that's my week, or that's my projects for the week. If you guys have any projects you're working on, want to share what they are, I'd love to hear about them in the chat. Otherwise, that's it for me this morning. I do have a bunch of emails in my inbox that I need to deal with before I get on with my day. I have to go shopping because my sandals broke and I need a new pair of sandals. So I need to go get a new pair of sandals later this afternoon. But other than that, I am done. But thank you for being here, everyone. Those are my projects. I will be here tomorrow. I haven't picked a topic for tomorrow yet. I'll be here tomorrow and Friday. And so remember, I'm here Monday through Friday at 7:30 a.m. That might change in a couple weeks. I'm trying to see if this works or if I should just start my day at 8 a.m. and make that work. It's going to be one or the other. So I'm either going to stick with 7:30 or I'm going to move it to 8, but it's only a half-hour difference. So hopefully it won't impact you guys too much. But anyway, have a great rest of your day. Have a great week. I will see you tomorrow. And if you have any questions or comments, definitely leave them in the comment section below the video. I'd love to hear from you. Bye now. Have a great day.